Hi guys and welcome to my channel. If you're new, my name's Ailey. Thanks for watching. Today's video is going to be, I guess, kind of a little bit different. I recently fell down the rabbit hole that is Netflix and literally found so many good sort of TV shows that I never would have watched had somebody maybe not mentioned it to me, or that I was just kind of that desperate to find something that I just took a chance on them. And found some really good TV shows, and literally every time one of them finishes I think, that's it, what am I going to do with myself now? But then of course I'll come upon another one, and I think I've done that at least 4 times now, and honestly I've just come to the end of the last one and I'm like, what am I going to do now? So I thought, because I'm always searching for what's the best things to watch on Netflix, what's a good series to watch on Netflix, so I thought that I would put together a list of my favourites. Some are old favourites, some are new favourites, and just kind of share them with you guys, because I know what it's like when you've got nothing to watch on TV. I mean, you pay a ridiculous, if you're in the UK, you pay a ridiculous Sky subscription and there's nothing on TV. So you go looking on Amazon or you go looking on Netflix, and sometimes it can just, you can literally spend more time looking for something to watch than actually watching it. So I've put together a few of the ones that I watch or have watched or rewatch, and I'll kind of put like a little synopsis on it. I'm not very good at that, but I'll put a little bit on it for you just to let you know kind of a little bit of what it's about and whether or not you should go and watch it. So let's just get started. These aren't in any particular order because I just think that trying to order them would just be a total nightmare, because I like them all for different reasons. I do like some more than others, but I'm not going to really get into that. So the first one that I wrote down, I think this one's quite big and it is quite talked about, so you've probably heard of it, and it's called Riverdale. Basically it is, if you liked sort of like the Vampire Deities or any sort of teen drama type thing, like One Tree Hill or something like that, you will like Riverdale. It's a little bit more mysterious, it's a little bit more crime kind of orientated, so you know, it's a little bit more dark, but it is a fantastic series. It's not finished yet, I have caught up. I think it's on every Wednesday or every Thursday or something like that, but I hate it when I catch up on things and I have to wait a week to watch the next episode. I always forget what's happening. My memory is really bad, but it's about teenagers that are kind of looking into murders and things like that in Riverdale where they live. And yeah, I don't really want to go too much more into it because I think I'll spoil it, but basically if you like mystery, if you like kind of teen dramas, if you like sort of crime things, you'll really like that. The next one, which is crime again, is How to Get Away with Murder. This is about college students attending a law school, and basically in one of their classes, which is called How to Get Away with Murder, their lecturer basically takes on 5 students to work at her law firm with her, and they work on her cases and things like that, and there's so many twists in it, there's so much that happens in it, there's murder in it, there's kind of crime, there's courtroom drama, there's loads in that. I absolutely love that TV show, so that is definitely worth a watch. I think we're waiting on season 4 right now, I can't really remember. As I say, once I catch up I totally lose track of it, and then it can take me ages to get back into it, but that is definitely worth a watch. So that's How to Get Away with Murder. The next one, which is one of the newer ones to me, is Designated Survivor. Now I was a hardcore 24 fan. I basically watched that every spare minute I had, and it actually gave me anxiety, because if you haven't seen 24, every episode is 1 24 hours, so it's basically an episode, a day an episode, and it can get so intense, and I just love Kiefer Sutherland. I think he's brilliant, and he is in this. I totally went off on a tangent there, but never mind. He is in this, he's the main character in this, and basically this is a political drama, and all it is about is that if everybody that is in line to be president of the United States dies, this designated survivor is who takes their place as president. And he happens to be, I think he's Secretary for Education or something like that. No, Agriculture? No. I can't remember. Anyway, he's something really low down, but you know, still in politics or whatever, but he's just totally unqualified for the job, and it basically follows him as he needs to not only take on the role as president, but he has to figure out who killed everybody and who is still trying to sabotage the government. So yeah, if you like any sort of political drama, this one is for you. I absolutely love this. If you like Kiefer Sutherland, even better. This one I am devastated that I got to the end of so quickly. I'm waiting for the next season, which I think is out in March, on tenterhooks. I just can't wait until it comes back out. The next one is Stranger Things. I don't have to say much about this, pretty much. If you haven't watched Stranger Things, you've probably heard of it. If you haven't watched it and you have heard of it, go and watch it. It is definitely worth a watch. It's very mysterious, very supernatural. If you're not into that sort of stuff, you won't like it, but it is fantastic. So if you haven't watched it, I would definitely recommend at least give it a go. If not, you know, there's no loss in giving it a go. The next one, I used to be a massive Quantum Leap fan when I was a kid. Oh, I don't know why, I just absolutely loved Quantum Leap. I love time travel and stuff like that. So the next one is Travelers. Basically, this one is about a team of people who have to come back in time to save the world. And I think pretty much every time travel thing is probably about that. But these ones, they come back and they take the bodies of people who are about to die so that they don't disrupt the timelines. So they take on these people's personalities, their lives, and then they meet up in secret and they have to prevent lots of different things that their bosses tell them that will affect the future and stuff like that. I can't really go much more into detail because it would just ruin it all, but that is basically the gist of it, and I'm really enjoying it, so definitely give that one a go if you're into time travel at all. The next one, which is kind of the same but kind of different, is 12 Monkeys, and it's all about time travel again. So basically 12 Monkeys is about a guy who travels back in time to stop a plague that wipes out like 7 billion people on the planet or something like that, and it's only the immune that survive, but then everybody's starting to sort of die out slowly because this virus or plague or whatever it is mutating, and yeah, he's got to go back in time and he's got to save the world. Same thing again, but there's loads of twists and turns, and basically it's all following in with time. Everything comes back to time, so it's not really about the plague at all, it's all about time. In this one though, they can actually travel backwards and forwards, so he goes back in time and he does something, he goes back, if it doesn't change he does something else, you know, and they've got to do a bit of investigative work and stuff like that as well. It is really worth a watch. It's kind of difficult to explain, but I have literally just finished that one, and I think they're doing a season 4 and then that's it. To be honest, I think that's about enough because I don't think there's anywhere else they can go with it, but definitely worth watching. I mean, 4 seasons or 3 seasons is enough, you know, to keep you going for, well, it kept me going for like a couple of days anyway. But the next one is an older one. It's Pretty Little Liars. If you haven't seen Pretty Little Liars, if you like any sort of teen drama at all. I don't know why I'm quite into my teen dramas, but basically it is about 5 friends, and one of those friends disappears. She goes missing, and basically they're trying to figure out what happened to her. I can't remember because it's been so long since I've watched it, if they think at the very beginning that she's been murdered or if she's just missing. I can't really remember, but basically that's what it's all about. And there is this mystery figure called A that basically torments them, forces them to do things, digs up their deepest, darkest secrets and uses it against them and blackmails them into doing stuff. Now this goes on for a while. It is one of these things you would think gets really, really repetitive and really annoying, you know, down the line, but they do it in such a way that it doesn't. It's kind of fresh and new, and it just kind of spirals from there. I can't really go on any further and tell you what it's about in the next seasons on because it would ruin the first season, but definitely worth a watch. Very suspensey, very mysterious, and it will drive you crazy trying to figure out who A is. I can totally assure you of that. You will you'll want to go to like the end of I can't even remember what season it is that it gets revealed eventually, but you will just be driven mad wanting to know who this person is. So that one's definitely worth a watch. The next one's a wee bit controversial. I think some people hated it, some people loved it, but it's 13 Reasons Why. I just think it's a really good series. Same sort of thing. Basically dying to know what's on Clay's tape. You just want him to hurry up and listen to these tapes so you can figure out what the heck she wants to say about him. So yeah, basically this girl, she commits suicide and she leaves 13 tapes for all the people that had an influence on her suicide. And some people think it's just a wee bit too extreme. Some people think that it makes lightheartedness of a really serious issue. I actually think that it's a really, really good series to watch. Obviously, you don't want anybody too young and impressionable watching it or anything like that, but then you don't want them watching horror movies and things like that either. I think that it's a really nice portrayal of, you know, somebody's situation. I think that there may be a second season coming out. I'm not sure, don't know where they're gonna go with that. But yeah, no, I found it really interesting, and it is funny because some of these things that are brought up in the series, people did think, they were like, oh, just because that happened to you, you wouldn't go and do something that serious. But to be honest with you, you don't know what's going on in other people's heads, so maybe. And I think it just brings light to that, you know, there is things that affect people in different ways. So I really like that message. I don't think some people got that, but I really did enjoy it. So yeah, 13 reasons why definitely worth a watch. Oldie but a goodie, Breaking Bad. If you haven't seen Breaking Bad, go and watch it now. It's amazing. I'm not even going to go into detail about Breaking Bad. Everybody should know what it's all about. But if you haven't watched it, go and watch it. If you've watched it, go and rewatch it, because I plan on doing that soon actually. But that one is just an oldie but a goodie, absolutely brilliant. This is another oldie one, and I actually got told to watch this by my boyfriend. It has David Duchovny in it as the lead role, and he is like a writer and very, very troubled, and he has a daughter, and it just follows his life, and it is brilliant. It is so, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just very, it's a little bit like Entourage, I would say. It's not in what it's all about, but basically because it's following somebody's life, it's taking you through their life experiences and stuff like that. It's full of drugs, alcohol, you know, stuff like that. So obviously you need to be age appropriate to watch it, but definitely worth a watch. It is a little bit on the older side, but yeah, definitely recommend. The next one is Orange is the New Black. It was quite big for a wee while there, and yeah, definitely worth a watch. Obviously it is about a girl who goes to prison, and yeah, pretty much all the antics that go on in a women's prison, and it is just so funny, so light-hearted at times. There's obviously bits that are really real and stuff like that, but it's hilarious. You'll be just laughing all the time, and if you're not laughing, you'll be crying because there's like sad scenes in it and stuff like that, but it is just so worth a watch. And the next one I have is The Vampire Deities. It is basically about a girl who lives in this town, normal kind of town if you're on the outside looking in, but then she meets this vampire, and this vampire basically is drawn to her because she is the doppelganger of somebody he used to be in love with, and you can imagine the chaos that ensues. And of course the brother falls in love with her as well, and that's just a big old mess. But there are so many seasons of it, it will keep you occupied for ages, and yeah, it's really just a really good series to watch. My explanations and synopsises of these series are probably rubbish, but I don't know, I'm just so scared that I'm gonna give stuff away. I really don't like talking about something too much because I just think that it can totally ruin things, and my memory's bad anyway, so I'll probably get half of the things that I say wrong. So yeah, that is pretty much all of them. There are a few sort of mentions that I can say, like Friends and stuff like that. Definitely worth a watch, but these are the ones that I have either watched recently or literally binge watched. Literally, whenever I had a spare minute, I would put it on. Like if I was getting ready in the morning, I'd stick it on for half an hour or whatever. Just absolutely loved these. But that is pretty much it. That's all the ones that I've written down, so it's probably all the ones I could think of at the minute. If I think of any more, I'll maybe put them in the description box below. If you know any that you think that I should watch, please leave them in the comments below, because I'm always looking for new ones, because as I said, once the one I'm watching finishes, I am just devastated and I don't know what to do with myself, and I'm like, I really need to find another one. So if you know of any, please let me know in the comments below and I'll definitely check them out. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you did like this video and you're going to watch any of these films, leave me a comment and let me know below, and give this video a big thumbs up, and of course don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I do post videos 3 times a week. So far it's fallen on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so don't forget to come back and check out my next video. But apart from that, I will see you next time. Bye!